Hey, what is up, you guys? Ghost here, and today I'm bringing you guys all what, in my opinion, are the top 10 best weapons from Treyarch. So ever since Call of Duty World at War, they have made some amazing and iconic guns that we all came to know, love, and sometimes hate because they're so good to the point where they're very annoying to die to. I'm excited to see what they bring in with Black Ops 4. I hope they bring some fan favorites back and create some brand new amazing guns that we will remember years from now. So guys, let me know down below in the comment section what you think are the top 10 best guns from Treyarch, because I know I'm gonna miss a lot of them here in this video, and that's where you guys come to comment down below the guns that you think are the top 10 best. Also, you probably noticed my voice is kind of different, and that's because I'm sick at the moment, so bear with me. I hope you don't mind this. I'm still trying to be on this YouTube grind though, even though I'm sick. It's kind of tough though, because being sick and doing commentaries, nah, that just doesn't want to work. But hopefully you guys don't mind this. But before I start off the actual top 10 though, I'm going to name off a few honorable mentions that didn't quite make the list here. These guns are going to be the Brecci, the VMP, and the Scar H. So the Brecci from Black Ops 3, as you all know, is one of the most annoying guns to die to in any Call of Duty game because it's such a good shotgun and it's insanely easy to use. It's a reliable 2-shot kill for the most part that has a decent fire rate and pretty good range, and that's why it's so good and very annoying. On Nuketown, this weapon is absurd. It's something that we all hate dying to, and there's nothing much more to say about the Brecci. The VMP, on the other hand, is one of the most popular competitive weapons because it's a good gun overall. It's a fast-firing SMG that has moderate recoil and decent damage, but it's not as good as it once was at launch or during Black Ops 3's life cycle because it was hit with a nerf a few months ago, so it's not as good as it once was, but still it does put in some work. It's definitely one of the best SMGs in Black Ops 3. The Scar H from BO2 is a powerhouse of a weapon that has insane damage, insane range, and it's just a consistent gun overall. It's my favorite weapon in Call of Duty history. I love using it every time I go play Black Ops 2, and it never disappoints. So guys, let's just go cracking into the top 10 list here, with number 10 being the Ak-74u from Black Ops. This weapon, in my opinion, is the best SMG in Black Ops, alongside with the MP5K, because it's a versatile, reliable gun that does not disappoint. It's good up close, especially with rapid fire. It just melts people with rapid fire. It's insane. But if you take off rapid fire, slap on, like, say, grip or extended mags, this gun does compete with other assault rifles because it has a great range and damage. And overall, it's a gun that I love to use because it's so versatile and it's great for every type of situation. So Ak-74u in Black Ops 1, definitely one of the most iconic and fan favorite guns that Treyarch has made. Up next, at the number 9 spot, we have the MP7 from Black Ops 2, which this SMG is very good if you're a rusher. It's good up close when you're rushing around the map. If you get caught with like 2 people or even 3 people that are in your line of sight, you can just pretty much delete them because of how fast this gun fires. It can just drop people very quick, getting multi-kills, quad feeds. It's so good at doing that. That's why this gun is so much fun, and it's just a great weapon overall. It's one of the best SMGs in Black Ops 2, and this is a weapon that you cannot pass up on. It's such a smooth gun here in Black Ops 2. So up next, at the number 8 spot, we yet again have another fast-firing SMG, shooting even faster than the MP7, is the PPSH here in Call of Duty World at War. Listen to the sound of this weapon. This gun sounds very cool and menacing, and it does perform very nice here in game. Just slap on stopping power with steady aim and that drum magazine. All you gotta do is just hit fire, spray and pray, and mow down these guys left and right. And that's pretty much all you gotta do with the PPSH here. Even when you aim down sight, it still is pretty effective because it seems like it has no recoil, and that's crazy. It spits over 1,000 rounds per minute, but yet the gun barely kicks. That is absurd. This gun is one of the most fun weapons ever in any Call of Duty game. It's such a iconic gun here in Call of Duty, and I say you can't go wrong with it, so nothing much more to say. Coming up next, at the number 7 spot, we have the FAL from Black Ops 2. This is a semi-automatic firing gun which drops people in 2 to 3 shots, and when it does drop people in 2 shots, it just deletes people, guys. It's something that you do not want to mess with because it's a very powerful, strong, and effective And if you have that great trigger finger, you can just pretty much spam this thing to oblivion and you can drop people near instantly, which that's the crazy part. The only downside the FAL does have is kind of the fact that it is a semi-automatic rifle, but yet again, that's kind of an upside because it has high damage. But it does kind of fall up close since it does shoot one bullet at a time. So SMGs and some full auto guns can in fact melt you faster up close. But if you get those 2 bullets out faster than they can shoot their full auto gun, then yes, you can drop them down very quickly. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the FAL. At the number 6 spot, we do have the M8A1 from Black Ops 2. The M8 is of course a 4-round burst assault rifle that shoots very quickly, has barely any recoil, and also has nice damage, so it can one burst at a pretty decent range, all things considering. And that's the main factor of the M8, is one bursting people, and it does that right, especially in Black Ops 2 with the medium to smaller size maps, on raid, on standoff, on slums. It is just a one bursting machine. You can kill people very fast at those longer ranges, and up close it can work out, but it's generally not advised since it is a burst gun. But yet again, it can be viable if you do have great timing. So that's it with the M8s. And up next at the number 5 spot, we have the AN94. This is by far one of the best weapons in Black Ops 2 because of how great it does perform. The iron sights are perfect and clean, so no red dot or any type of sight is needed. The damage on this thing, the range on this weapon is just so great. It's consistent, it's very powerful. You cannot go wrong with the AN94. Just slap on quick draw stock and fast mags or quick draw stock suppressor, you'll be going to town with this thing here. It's such a smooth assault rifle, very agile, and I really enjoy using it every time I play Black Ops 2. It's that great pub stomping nuclear weapon. You can rely on the A94 for any type of gunfight, whether if it's up close, mid-range, or longer ranges. This gun does have you covered, and that's why I say it's one of the best Treyarch weapons of all time. So up next at the number 4 spot, we do have the XMC, which is a supply drop gun in Black Ops 3. It's a remake of the MSMC from BO2, but far better. Pre-patch, before they nerfed it, it was probably one of the best guns in Call of Duty history because it had a very great 3-shot kill range, a very fast fire rate, and because of that, it killed insanely quick up close at those medium ranges too. And factor in the fact that it has no recoil, plus that 3-shot kill range and the fire rate, it was one of the best guns of all time. But that 3-shot range was nerfed, and now it's not as good as it once was, but still it can perform and do some great work against the enemies. But pre-patch, I made a whole entire montage using the XMC only because it was that good. And you see by this gameplay here, I'm getting easy quad feeds left and right. This weapon was easy mode, no skill to use, the easiest gun ever to use in any Call of Duty game because it was that good. Ever since it got nerfed, it's not the same anymore, but still I think it is one of the best Treyarch guns of all time. Up next at the number 3 spot, we do have the Galil from Black Ops 1, which is one of the most iconic guns in Call of Duty because of how great it is in this game and how amazing it does sound as well. Just listen to the Galil. You can tell that it has all that power behind that sound. It's very distinctive. It's one of those sounds in Call of Duty that you love to hear, and that's the Galil for you right there, Black Ops 1. It performs amazing here in game, whether if it's a suppressed Galil or an unsuppressed Galil. Either way, guys, you're going to be going off with this weapon because of how consistent it is. Great damage, great fire rates, a moderate recoil. You got yourself one of the best guns in Call of Duty history right here. It's so much fun to use. Go back to Black Ops. You just cannot miss out on the good old Galil here in BO1. So on to the number 2 spot, we have the MP40 from Call of Duty World at War, which this SMG combined with stopping power and extended mags is literally the most overpowered SMG probably in any Call of Duty game because it can 2-shot pretty much across the map, which is insane. But the downside the MP40 does have is the fact that it has very high recoil and a super slow fire rate. As you're seeing, I'm having trouble controlling the recoil because it has a high amount of kick, even though I'm just tap firing it right there. So you gotta watch out for that with the MP40, but with that recoil does come extremely high damage, with stopping power, which is insane. Even without stopping power, just 3 shots across the map, which is crazy. It's just insane how this gun does perform in game. It's just a joke. To make it even more of a joke, just run steady aim, extended mags, and just hip fire your way to get those quad feeds and triple kills left and right. So guys, this is one of the original overpowered guns in any Call of Duty game. Here in World at War, it's still good, it still is one of the best, and it's insane how amazing this thing is. So on to the number 1 spot, we have the best Treyarch gun, which is, in my opinion, the FAMAS from Black Ops. This weapon is pretty much an SMG put into an assault rifle's body because it has the very fast fire rate that an SMG usually would have. It shoots over 900 rounds per minute, and it has the damage of an assault rifle that can 3-shot at a very nice range. Combining those two things, you got yourself this FAMAS, which shreds through enemies left and right, getting doubles, triples, even quad feeds because of how fast this thing does kill. It's not all sunshine and rainbows with the FAMAS though. It does have a few downsides. It has slow attributes like a slow aim down sight time, slow sprint out time, a very wide hip spread, and has lots of recoil. But if you can kind of counteract that and deal with it and get used with the flow of the weapon, then you'll have no problem using the FAMAS, and you'll just pretty much take advantage of how quick this thing does melt. So that's why I think it's the best gun from the Treyarch. It's an absolute joke. It's so much fun to use, melting people left and right with this FAMAS. And with all that said, that's the entire video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think are the top 10 best guns from Treyarch. And if you missed my video covering the top 10 best weapons from Infinity Ward, I'll link that down below in the description in case you missed that one. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.